tu ne connais pas dans le ça single. Y'a on dombole.
Maman Talaku. Una shida for down.
If you come on Cameroon, I don't know for dance a single. Y'a on no finish.
Mama Deli.
Hey. If you come on Tabi Combo, I don't know for dance a single. Y'a on no teme. Woi yamo. Sa singala oh, sa singala. Sa singala oh, sa singala. Sa singala oh, sa singala. Sa singala oh, sa singala oh. Sa singala oh, sa singala oh.
Young Slim. Sanga.
Yeah man, charges you when man there for your corner.
Kobo not there for pocket.
You come up for sour, enter for corn.
He want show say men them day. Eze buru buru.
You buy one casier, you can buy 10.
Fabuku no.
What's your profit a man to gain the whole world and loses his soul? My love in Ibena. Man must not live by bread alone.
Kana tuna waba. Kana tuna wa.
Robusta nakbiti, you don't fall down.
237 town crier. Tell them.
For me second, for me second. And up here, to the line.
Hey yo, young about what to answer about carry the bonus. But men they speaking them. Una wake up for all. Time don't reach me go show us style. Sasingala. Sasingala.
Aleppo. Sasingala now we bring her from Aleppo. I said the one na dance for Aleppo.
Bobe pique yo.
Sasingala now we bring her for Aleppo. Aleppo. Na for Aleppo. Sasingala now we bring her for Aleppo. I said the one na dance for Aleppo. Sasingala now we bring her for Aleppo. Aleppo. Na for Aleppo.
Hey man, I wanna do the job sir.
Si tu viens d'Afrique et tu ne connais pas danser le sassingal, y'a on dombole.
No one on Lexing Kim.
If you come on Cameroon, I don't know for dance sassingal, y'a on no finish.
Bobe chung when bring what you say.
If you come on Tabi Combo, I don't know for dance sassingal, y'a on no teme. Woi yamo. Sasingala oh, sasingala. Sasingala oh, sasingala. Sasingala oh, sasingala. Sasingala oh, sasingala oh. Sasingala oh, sasingala
Tana
oh.
bobe tomo matin.
All man for straight line.
Yes sir.
All man for straight line.
Yes sir.
Ekate, ekate.
Ekate.
Ekate, ekate.
Ekate.
Tout le monde a d'attention. Face forward. Astanda is Rebo. Ekate, ekate.
Ekate.
Ekate, ekate.
Ekate. Who's the master Evo?
You know banana idealio. You know sasa idealio. You know banana idealio. You know sasa idealio.
Concrete to the Lion King. Moustique le charismatique.
Nanjara, Nanjara. Sango money. Nanjara, Nanjara. Check it. Nanjara, Nanjara. Don't for Victor Wenger. Dana, Bobenjo and Nicolas.
With PandaDoc, we've been able to reduce our document creation time by 90%.
Go and bring the calabash of culture in diversity. Go with the gods of the land.
I be picking for Bamenda. I was born in Bamenda. I shall die Bamendian. In my next follow, I want be in a Bamendian. I be picking for Bamenda. I was born in Bamenda. I shall die Bamendian.
Pass me the lighter.
In my next follow, I want be in a Bamendian. I be picking for Bamenda. I was born in Bamenda. I shall die Bamendian. In my next follow.
Now so would the mala the thing we from who be kings and queens and no be chindana chiefs and from the hills to the fields keep keep clean ancestors on wheels and moji and the river lick it la lick it fa lick it tam lick it tan lick it shabos lick it lam you the one shade chuba I be big for Bamenda I was born in Bamenda I shall die in Bamenda in my next follow I want be in a Bamenda no
mash fire papa.
To Southwest, Bamenda people everywhere, yo. I be picking for my fair and I enjoy one hospitality, yo. When the married with the born picking Bamenda people, now we moyo them. Give me fufu con with the jama and tari and sumo achua.
Si tu veux savoir, Abiba Mileke Pekin, Benam Lo, Assusi Miso, Afid Ben Masikin, Sekap, Dang, Tugundum, Dang, Tukulukum, Dang, Kudundum, Dang, Benam Lo, Assusi Miso, Afid Ben Masikin.
circle, a circle, form a circle, a circle. Wider, 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 wider. Una give me that sasingala, oh, sasingala na dance over mena, sasingala na dance over mena. Oh, come on, yeah. Una give me that sasingala, oh, sasingala na dance over mena, sasingala na dance over mena.
If you've got pink salt and apple cider vinegar in your kitchen and you're not using this recipe, you're throwing away your chance to be summer ready. I started using this 3-ingredient pink salt recipe last month, and I had to stop because I was losing all my clothes way too fast. My doctor literally told me...
No China.
Go and bring the calabash of culture in diversity. Go with the gods of the land.
I be picking for Bamenda, oh. I was born in Bamenda, I shall die Bamendian. In my next follow, oh, I want be in a Bamendian, oh. I be picking for Bamenda, oh. I was born in Bamenda, I shall die Bamendian.
Pass me the lighter.
In my next follow, oh, I want be in a Bamendian, oh. I be picking for Bamenda, oh. I was born in Bamenda, I shall die Bamendian. In my next follow.
Now so would the mala the thing we from who be kings and queens and no be chindana chiefs and from the hills to the fields keep Refugee clean ancestors on wheels and Moji and the river lick it la lick it fa lick it dam lick it dan lick it shabos lick it lam you the one say Juba I be big for Bamenda I was born in Bamenda I shall die in Bamenda in my next follow I want be in a Bamenda no
Mash fire papa.
I be big for Bamenda I was born in Bamenda I shall die in Bamenda
Maxi
in my next follow I want be in a Bamenda no
Bamenda people, oh yo. Vinora, Wanogambura. Bamenda people, oh yo. Chemti, Ariaria, Chankamo. From northwest to southwest, Bamenda people everywhere, yo. I be picking for my fair and I enjoy one hospitality, yo. When the married with the born picking Bamenda people, now we moyo them. Give me fufu con with the jama jama nangtari and sumo achua.
Kati kati anja papa oh, grafi sutura bapi oh. Yes I know we're bigger, together we're stronger oh. On my pillow, Bamenda ipikwa, ayo mukola oh, just hala oh. Wagi oh, wagi oh, beru
langue, je veux parler. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, Benziki. Si tu veux savoir, Abiba Mileke Pekin. Benam lo. As you see me so, I feel by my skin. Sek up, dum dum, dugum dum, dum dum, dugulukum, dum dum, gudum dum, dum dum dum. Benam lo. As you see me so, I feel by my skin.
Form a circle, form a circle, wider, 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 wider. Una give me that sasingala, oh, sasingala na dance over mena, sasingala na dance over mena. Oh, come on, yeah. Una give me that sasingala, oh, sasingala na dance over mena, sasingala na dance over mena. Come Quintus, una take her for one side, one side, oh, one side, oh, one side, oh, one side, oh. The other side, the other side, oh, the other side, oh, the other side, oh, the other side,
Bito show master, make you carry culture go for front.
Were you recently injured in a car accident?
Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to News Talk with yours truly, coming to you as usual from the great state of Texas. Precisely, Houston, Texas. Always a privilege to come to you with what is happening in the struggle for independence actualization in where we call the Federal Republic of Amazonia. Thank you once more for tuning in. Please do me the favor, as usual. If you are tuning in by way of Facebook and YouTube, anywhere on social media, hit your share button and let everybody know the anchor man is not live. He is indeed alive. This is not AI you see here. This is indeed the anchor man himself. Chris Anwar, come to you tonight very, very excited with information that will shape your view of what lies ahead in this actualization of Amazonia's struggle. Thank you once more for tuning in. For those of you joining from Europe, from Asia, from South and North and Central America, and of course from homeland, Amazonia, Mother Africa, they call it, thank you once more for tuning in. I look forward to a very, very exciting broadcast tonight. So please stay put and be excited. Stay put and be excited. I will be right back. Don't touch your remote. Hit your share button.
Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once more, thank you for tuning in. Tonight, I will take you first to La République du Cameroun, where Amazonian refugees in that country are lamenting of the treatment they face there. They are being killed on their farms. Listen to this now.
I'm up from Menchor Valley. I don't know what way they pass. I come out yesterday, I did for town to make my own small business with my people. Them. I want to come here say don't kill one of my youth.
Yes, Amazonians are being killed in La République du Cameroun, where they ran to in seek of safety in the midst of this war. But I will also take you to Moyoka, where we know the colonial mayor is grumbling that taxes from Supermon are not being paid in his local government area, but somewhere in La République du Cameroun. Listen to him.
Primary and no problem, no day. The sales mayor do the go for fee, you don't work fine, you don't collect revenue. So all end very well. That's why today they don't come finalize it. They want workers so that what I mean, that's why one strike. Because council of the female we go supermon. We storm that the door, make them no work. So that
all right, we storm that their door, make them no work, make Supermon no work. You were listening there to the colonial mayor of the town of Moyoka. I am coming to you with the details of what he is saying there, and it is one of the reasons for which Amazonians fight. And then I will take you, ladies and gentlemen, back to the leadership pact that was signed last week in Africa. There are some people out there, as I did warn sometime last week, that Amazonians have to shine their eyes, because very soon you will hear detractors, manipulators, people coming out to try to dismiss what was accomplished in Ghana, and we are beginning to see it. We are beginning to see it. This is going to be the main subject of my broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight. So please stay put. I will be right back, and when I come, I will take you into the soul of this broadcast for tonight. Stay tuned.
You reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying put out there. I will take you first here to the United States, where thousands of Ambazonians fear deportation back to La République du Cameroon. A few weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, President Trump came out and said he is revoking the TPS status for Cameroonians who have benefited from it for the past, I believe, about the past 3 years. And in the reign of Donald Trump, TPS appears not to be something that he wants to keep. He is now relinquishing it as far as immigrants from every country are concerned. And for Ambazonians, there are thousands here. In fact, we are told that there are 7,900 Cameroonians. Now, Cameroonians here, including Ambazonians, I want to believe, or we believe, that there are at least 3,000 Ambazonians benefiting under TPS. And those 3,000 are in danger of being deported to Cameroon. I have received messages of Ambazonians who were deported recently, I think I'm told, to Panama. Panama, I believe. I actually received one of those messages yesterday, and the lady was pleading for help, hoping that we here at the interim government can help them. Unfortunately, if you are already deported, there is nothing that we here can do because you are already out of the country. But there are also those who are not under TPS, but they have already filed for asylum in the United States and they are waiting the process. We are calling for a very important critical meeting tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time for those who are under TPS and are still in the United States. We are hoping here at the interim government that with our sources and contacts within the government in Washington, D.C., we may be able to prevail upon the Trump administration to withhold deportation for Ambazonians. Now, listen, I didn't say for Cameroonians. I said for Ambazonians. And so, if you are Ambazonian or Southern Cameroonian or what La République du Cameroon would like to call Anglophones, this message is for you. You want to be in a meeting that we're holding tonight at 7 p.m. Washington time or Eastern time. It is very critical that you come in and hear what we may be able to do for you. This meeting is for Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, not for Cameroonians. Do not forget, TPS was put in place for Cameroonians because of the war in Ambazonia. It was meant to save Ambazonians from deportation to the regime in Yaoundé, La République du Cameroon. And so we are fighting against this deportation, not for Cameroonians, but for Ambazonians. So tonight, the meeting takes place again at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are on Central Time, that means the meeting takes place at 6 p.m. So the link is circulating out there. But if you do not have the link, there is a number that we use on phone calls here on ABS. Send a text to that number demanding the link. The link is not public. The link is only going out for those who qualify to be in the meeting. So send a text to the number asking for the link. If anybody's out there and knows the number that we use for phone calls here on the show, please put it out there on the social networks for order to use in the sending information here to ask for the link to the meeting. Again, it is very, very critical. We are hoping that here at the interim government and the rest of Ambazonian stakeholders out there, we are able to prevail, to speak sense to the administration to withhold deportation for Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians. So be in that meeting. It is very critical. it is very important. Let me tell you what we want to do here. We are gathering a list. We are putting a list together of Amazonians in the USA under TPS, because our argument is that TPS was meant to save Amazonians from the torture in La République du Cameroon. And so if the TPS can be withheld to prevent deportation of Amazonians, we don't care about Cameroonians, French Cameroonians, because they have no fear of deportation. If they are deported, nothing happens to them. But Amazonians, if they are deported, they will not get back to their home. They will be picked up in the airports in Douala or Yaoundé and sent to the gulags in that country. So we are trying to fight for Amazonians, Southern Cameroonians, not Francophones. The U.S. government can decide what to do with Francophones. But in the meantime, we must be able to tell the U.S. government who Amazonians are, who Southern Cameroonians are. That is why we are working on the list to be able to present to the state, to Homeland Security, to the State Department, so they understand, they know exactly who Amazonians in the USA are, so they can probably stop their deportation. That is why it is important you be in the meeting and we get to know those of you who need your name in the list. We're not putting every name there. So please, again, the meeting time is 7 p.m. tonight. 7 p.m. tonight. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, besides that, ladies and gentlemen, we are also having a very special rally, a huge rally in Washington, D.C. on 20th May. We are not protesting 20th May. Of course, we do not acknowledge 20th May. It is the day of our slavery as far as La République du Cameroon is concerned. It is the day that La République du Cameroon accomplished its annexation of the Southern Cameroons. We never celebrated. Well, we are putting together a huge rally in Washington, D.C. on the 20th of May. The 20th of May in front of the State Department, ladies and gentlemen, to appeal to Washington officials still in regards to this TPS to prevent the deportation of Amazonians in the USA. So please, if you live in New York, in New Jersey, in Philadelphia, Delaware, Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland, 20th May, the State Department is where you should be on the 20th of May. The State Department is where you should be on the 20th of May. We want every Amazonian to rally there. This is one of our efforts, one of the initiatives with which we hope to send a message to Washington, D.C. that if you should deport Amazonians, if you should deport Southern Cameroonians, they risk going to jail or facing torture for the rest of their lives. We know that there are American citizens, as I speak, who are behind bars in Cameroon just because they are Southern Cameroonians. Not because they have done anything, but because they are Southern Cameroonians. So, if American citizens can be picked up and put behind bars in La République du Cameroon, think about when people are deported back to that damn country. So please, we are urging every Southern Cameroonian within the axis of New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Delaware, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Virginia. 20th May is the day that we all converge in front of the State Department to appeal to the consciences of U.S. officials to consider maintaining the TPS for Amazonians, Southern Cameroonians in the USA. And that is that. When I come back, I will bring to you my main monologue for the day. The exciting moment lies just ahead. Stay put. I'll be right back.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Some people are asking for the telephone number with which to receive the Zoom meeting link for tonight. The number you find on your screen there is the number you need. If you need a link to the meeting tonight, that is the number you need to use to demand a link. Again, we're not sending the link to the public because the public doesn't deserve to be in the meeting, only those under TPS. So if you know somebody out there who need the link, send them that phone number, let them contact us, and we will make sure they get the link to the meeting before the meeting hour tonight. They will get the link before the meeting hour tonight. So send that number, let them send us a text, ask for the link to the meeting, the TPS meeting tonight. I will be right back.
Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, I am prepared to come to you with my talking point for tonight, and this is centered around the need for Amazonians to be watchful of what detractors out there, they are trying to do with the recent leadership pact that we reached in Africa. Yesterday, somebody sent me a press statement coming from a certain consortium signed by a gentleman in Africa, in which he clearly distorted, manipulated, and misrepresented what happened, what took place in Africa. And I thought I should come out and set the record straight. I should come out and set the record straight. And that is exactly what I want to do tonight in this monologue that I bring to you. But not only that. There is a debate out there as to the shape and structure of the new leadership platform that is coming up under the leadership pact. My talking point tonight would also delve into that with an opinion. In the wake of a historic leadership summit aimed at bringing years of painful divisions in the Amazonian liberation struggle, a dark cloud has begun to emerge. One not cast by enemies from without, but from manipulators within. During last Saturday's press briefing, a stern warning was issued to the people of Amazonia by yours truly, and I said, open your eyes and watch carefully, for the enemies of unity are already revealing themselves. Chief among the deceptive narratives now circulating is a dangerously misleading statement purportedly issued by an individual claiming to speak on behalf of the consortium. The signer of this statement, whose legitimacy as consortium leader is under scrutiny, attempts to distort the truth of the unity gathering for his own petty relevance. His claim that the landmark meeting was merely a reconciliation effort between factions of the interim government is not only false, it is a calculated insult to the intelligence and sacrifices of the Amazonian leaders and stakeholders who made it possible. Let it be made abundantly clear, very, very clear today. This was not a factional interim government meeting. It was a gathering of Amazonian leaders and liberation stakeholders across the board. It included, among others, the leader of the African People's Liberation Movement, APLM, Comrade Akwanga, the SCNC, the legitimately constituted leader of the consortium, and representative of prisoners of conscience. These are not IG factions. They are national assets in the struggle for independence. And the signatories of the Unity Pact, ladies and gentlemen, represent a broad coalition of Amazonian leadership, not a recycled factional circle. It is therefore insulting, to say the least, and dangerous for anyone to reduce this monumental achievement to a power play within the interim government. Such mechanization is not accident. It is a weapon of disinformation aimed at derailing the fragile but determined path to unity. Amazonians must see through this smoke screen. They must see through it. These divisive actors did not travel. They did not sacrifice. And they did not participate in the talks, yet they want to define the narrative for those who did. This is not the time for grandstanding. This is not the season for ego-driven irrelevance. The people of Amazonia are not pawns. They are not pawns in anyone's game of self-promotion. Those who distort the truth to serve their vanity and undermine collective progress are no different from the very system of oppression we are fighting against in La République du Cameroon. The call now is simple, but urgent. Reject those who twist facts to fracture unity. Disregard those who hide behind organizations that do not exist to manipulate public opinion. Hold to account anyone who weaponizes lies to sow confusion. The time for self-seeking ambition is over in this struggle. We are at the brink of a new chapter, and there will be no tolerance for those who put personal ego above national liberation. Ambazonians, stay vigilant. The road ahead demands clarity. It demands courage and commitment, not distortion and manipulation. If unity has finally begun to take root, after years of disarray, let us not allow weeds of deception to grow in its path. Let no man or group stand in the way of progress. The people must see through the fog and stand firm behind truth and the collective leadership that is finally rising to the occasion. Let the manipulators be warned. Ambazonia is watching. Now, to a related commentary. In the aftermath of the signed leadership pact in Africa, a milestone that many have hailed as long overdue, a critical and passionate debate is now unfolding. What structure should a new unity front take? That is one of the questions on the balance. Should all existing liberation movements dissolve and merge into one body? Or should each group maintain its identity while aligning under a collaborative, centralized command? It's a debate that cuts to the heart of Ambazonia's struggle for independence. The struggle that has been as much about defeating an external oppressor as it has been about overcoming the internal cracks of this unity, ego, and infighting. For years, the people of Ambazonia have watched, often in despair, as liberation groups turn against one another, driven more by personality clashes and power struggles than by any strategic disagreement on how to liberate the homeland. The scars left behind by such internal chaos have been deep, really deep. Many are understandably cautious about another attempt to form a single organization, worried that it might move again into a bureaucratic monster riddled with factions, just like the interim government that once held promise but fell prey to infighting and parallel administrations. And yet, despite this historical caution, the winds have shifted. The recent Unity Pact has ignited hope, momentum, and a renewed belief that victory is possible, but only if leaders stop fighting for turf and start fighting for Ambazonia. What the people want now is not complex. They are not clamoring for which flag flies higher within the struggle. They are not observers with whose title sounds louder in meetings or gatherings. They are not interested in group supremacy. They want results, and I mean results. They want liberation. They want the promised independence. They want leaders who are obsessed with freeing Ambazonia, not securing their own political relevance. The debate about structure is legitimate, but it must be approached with wisdom and humility too. Yes, merging all groups into one superstructure might present risk, but it also offers a tremendous opportunity. If done properly, with clear democratic accountability, power sharing, and checks and balances, such a structure could centralize strategy, consolidate resources, and speak with one powerful voice to the international community. But if the risk outweigh the benefits at this fragile moment, at this fragile stage, then a confederated unity council may be the safer option, one in which all liberation movements maintain their organizational identity, but submit to a common strategic direction, shared vision, and coordinated actions under the new unity front. What matters most is not the form of unity, but the function of it. What matters is that Ambazonia stops bleeding from friendly fire and starts punching in one coordinated direction. To the leaders of Ambazonia, this is not the moment to cling to old titles, rigid positions, or the illusion of group superiority. This is the moment to prove to your people that you care more about Buea than about your relevance, about your egos, about your groups, that you dream more of a free homeland than of leading a liberation group. The Ambazonian people have sacrificed far too much, burying loved ones, living as refugees, enduring torture and exile, for this moment to be squandered. They are watching you, the leaders. They are hopeful, but they are also cautious. And they are clear. No more ego, no more division, no more drama. So the question now is not whether unity is possible. It has already begun. The real question is, will the leaders be brave enough, humble enough, and visionary enough to finish what has been started? The unity pact was the first step. The structural debate is the next. But the final step is the liberation itself. And that step will never come if egos are allowed to stand in the way. To the Ambazonian leaders, the burden is now yours to carry, and to carry together. History is watching, so are Ambazonians too. And that is my monologue, ladies and gentlemen. I am being joined all the way from Denmark. If I am wrong, he will correct me if I am wrong. I may be wrong there. But I am being joined all the way from Europe by my good comrade, Maître Nikom. It's a pleasure, sir, having you on set. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you very much, Comrade Chris, for having me once again on your platform. It's always a delight coming on your platform so we can exchange ideas, share opinions, debate a few things, and then, try to educate our people on how we move forward. So once again, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
This is Maître Nikom from the Netherlands.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you listened to my monologue, and you also have been observing the unity pact arising from Africa last week. I would like to get your take on what took place in Africa on by the leaders.
Yeah, actually, it's always a good thing that when an intelligent people realize where they have gone wrong and then choose to come together, it's always for the benefit of the people. So it was a good thing that some of the leaders came together and then tried to iron out a few differences and then set out this pact. But a few questions still remained unanswered, because I think to the common Ambazonian, they don't understand right now. They don't quite understand exactly what was agreed in Africa within or amongst the leaders moving forward. And to my opinion, Yeah, I think after the conference, was it now a reconciliation conference? Was it a cooperation conference or unity conference? This all of this should have been aligned and then put out to the Ambazonian people. Those who have always said that unity is never going to be good, cooperation is always going to be good, or reconciliation. So I think some of these things should have been spelled out and then issued out to the Ambazonian public in a communique. That's my opinion. And
well, that was done.
one thing also,
we actually have two communiques out there. Number one was a pact that was signed by all the leaders present. Number two, there was a press release accompanying the pact. They're all out there. Haven't you seen that?
I have seen it, but I think going through, you don't see any plan of action spelled out clearly. What steps comes next?
Well, the very idea of the summit was, first of all, the coming together, the agreement to come together to work as a team. That was accomplished.
Yeah, I'm not against that. Listen to me, Comrade. What I'm saying is that after having signed this pact of coming together, agreeing to working together, I think in the communication should have been spelled out that what comes next is another conference now, which we'll be calling within this time, so that we can identify what should be laid out. Because to my opinion, the idea that should be introduced here right now should be, now, should we dissolve these IGs and then transform these various departments into humanitarian, logistic, diplomacy, self-defense, and any other groups departments that can serve the Ambazonian people? These are things that we should be talking about, because this idea of government, people have always maintained that the government has not been serving us well because it's created a lot of faction division. If these branches can be divided into departments, that this leader heads this department, humanitarian, logistics, defense, all that diplomacy and all that comes in line to save the Ambazonian people, that would be a very giant step forward. So we forget about the idea of government, department of this. So that's what I'm suggesting equally.
Well, I think you are kind of rushing to conclusions there, because the point I was trying to make is that there in a few days you couldn't sit down to agree on, number one, the structures and what next. However, we agreed a conference is coming up as early as between now and August. That is an all-Ambazonian conference. That is definitely coming up. We talked about it. We agreed about it. It's a matter of when. But before we get there, there have to be structures in place. We got to know who is managing what, who is doing what in the structure, and exactly as we are discussing, what kind of shape, what kind of structure.
Exactly, Comrade. So, this is what I mean. Yeah, this is what I mean that should have been put in that communique, in that document.
No. It would have been rushed. It would have been a rush to a decision, because again, when you meet in the foreign land, you are trying to get the essential things done. We thought sitting there that having agreed, discussing or talking about a structure would not be any difficult thing, as getting the leaders to come and sit around the same table. So right now, they are discussing structure. It is when the structure is agreed that a conference schedule will be put together. Also, we're looking forward to a town hall meeting probably in a week's time, that every Ambazonian will be brought in, and they will have opportunity to ask questions and make their own contributions. So,
yes, you are right. Comrade Chris, you are right. Maybe I was trying to be rushing a bit, but Ambazonians are anxious for action. They are anxious for positive measures. So, these are things that could have been put into that communique. That after a few weeks of consultations among the leaders going forward, it is intended that within this time and this time there will be another conference, and following up there will be another town hall, and so that we can put so many things in order. And then now, these are the plans that we intend to introduce. So if you have an opinion or an idea, Shipping, what's your opinion moving forward now? After the leaders now have come together, agreed to work as a team of ambassador leadership, what do you think? Then people can chip in their opinion, what they think. Like I'm suggesting that there should be departments, a department of humanitarian that will run all of the humanitarian affairs concerning our people, Department of Defense that will be yes, maybe since the defense is the most largest, it can be divided into some groups so that it shouldn't be much more heavy on one side. These are things that I'm suggesting. It's not that it was a bad idea, and most particularly, the venue, because this conference should be like, it took time to take the risk to go to Africa. Maybe I've always suggested that Menda and Europe could be another ground choice halfway, because it's between America and Africa, so that people a lot can attend this conference.
Yeah, the problem with mainland Europe, if you're holding a conference that involves people in Africa, visa become a problem for those in Africa. That is sometimes why you got to look at that perspective there. But let's get back to, yes, I agree with you. However, the idea is to agree on the structure. Once we agree on the structure, a general conference date is announced wherever that may take place. But let's delve into the subject of, you heard me in my monologue. There is a press statement circulating out there. It is signed by somebody who is calling himself the leader of the consortium. In that press statement, he has essentially stated that this meeting of the leaders was that of leaders of the interim government coming together to reunite. It is clearly stated that, and you can see the intention to distort and to manipulate what happened in Africa. In that meeting, let me paint a picture here for everybody to understand what took place in Africa. In that meeting in Africa, the APLM was represented by Comrade Akwanga. And comrades, let me clarify this. Before the meeting, every leader was invited. I repeat this again, every leader was invited. Some did not respond. Some showed up and manifested their regular shenanigans. In fact, and they were asked to pull back. Comrade Akwanga was there representing the APLM. It's not an interim government. It's never been. Chairman Comita used to be the chair of the Restoration Council, but he was not there in the capacity of the interim government. He was there in the capacity of the SCNC. We have always known him to be the chair of the SCNC for North America. He signed, when you look at the pact, he signed for the SCNC. Now you also had a representative of prisoners of conscience and detainees present in that meeting. We also have the leader of the consortium duly represented, the legitimate consortium duly represented in that meeting. That wasn't the interim government. Then when you look at the interim government, you did not see interim government of Marianta, interim government of Yerema Osisiko. You did not see interim government of Chris Ano. If you look at those signatures there, it was one interim government endorsed by all of us who were present there. Now, for somebody to come out, put a statement to the effect that, oh, this was a gathering of interim government factions reuniting together, is to me very disingenuous, very distorting, and very manipulative. And this is what I warn against. Ambassador, you have to have your eyes open against enemies of this struggle and of unity. We fought for this for a long time, and anybody at this moment who is not talking and fighting unity is not fighting for Ambazonia. They are fighting for relevance. They are fighting for their egos. They are fighting for positions. They are fighting for themselves. Comrade, I hand it over to you.
Yeah, this is my take on that individual whom you don't want to name the name.
Right.
To me, it's past time when we should be withholding names. It is good to name such an individual so the Ambazonian public should shame them, because it is past time when we should be talking things in like behind, afraid of putting somebody's name when he's playing the devil here. You know very well that the genuine consortium was there. All the group leaders that were there were all genuinely represented. It's not. I don't think it's a good idea continuously talking about this individual, because talking about him right now, we are giving him relevance. So for that reason, Comrade Chris, I think just make it like a non-issue that an individual even issued something concerning a consortium. It doesn't exist because the consortium was there and the consortium endorsed the pact itself. So it doesn't make any issue for me about this individual whom you should have named the name, so Ambazona should know that he's one of the spoilers.
This guy, I don't even name, I don't need to dignify his manipulative tendencies. This guy is on ground one in that matter. He's on ground one. He's never been seen in fact, if I mention his name, I don't think up to 10 people may even know who he is. But the problem is when you see such a statement with a label or having the letterhead consortium, you may want to think that these are legitimate people, whereas they are not. So sometimes it is very important we'll come out to do these clarifications, so when our people find those letters, they should put them in the trash bin.
Yeah, this far, I think only the individual has attempted to sabotaging this union or conference that you had in Africa. So we should take it that it's a good step, and Ambazonians are wise enough not to give their ears to any sort of manipulation. So moving forward, we should be vigilant. Tell Ambazonians to be very, very vigilant, and I believe we have gone through enough difficulties, suffering that somebody can come and manipulate Ambazonia right now. I just hope that the leaders, as you met in Africa, your lobby towards those who are not on board should intensify, convince more, so that they could even come. Because right now, we don't need any sort of distraction from any other leader or group that is like, yes, it is a fact that not a single group can liberate Ambazonia, but we don't need any distraction right now from some internal group or group that we are working together to liberating our country. So I think the plea for unity should not stop. Even those who will completely know that they are stubborn or they are spoilers, if you want me, I will name the name here, because me, I don't care.
You are free to, but I won't myself. I won't give. I won't dignify
principally, we should not shy calling names of those who are spoiler. Nobody who doesn't know that Sako is number one. That's one point. That is a clear spoiler. We know that one clear and clear. But it doesn't mean we should leave them behind. We should keep sensitizing them and then trying to make them understand that whatever game they are playing, just distracting people from the way forward, is not helping. So please, I think Ambazonia have already listened to the preaching of your broadcast here after the pact in Ghana. So moving forward, I think that dialogue and then cooperation should continue. That's my take on that.
Absolutely, it will continue. And again, it is very important that Ambazonians know nobody was left out, and even those who did not attend, the doors remain very, very open. The doors remain very open. We will keep on making the advances. And I think every Ambazonian out there who cares about our liberation and our freedom, if your leader if your leader is not talking unity, if your leader is not approaching unity, I want to assure you, you cannot on your own win this war. We will only win it as a collective bulk. And if you are out there, your leader is not in the pact, please tell them you no longer can give them your money because their actions derail our progress. Let them come in as we sit down and we discuss a common platform, a common direction, and speak with a common voice and pull our resources together into one spot. That is the only way we facilitate and rush the conclusion of this war. That is the only way we do it. So whoever you are listening to, whoever you are following as a leader, I believe this is the message that everyone must take out to their leadership. Somebody asked me a question yesterday. Who did you invite there? You mentioned Comrade Sako. Comrade Sako was invited. He did not respond. AGOFC was invited. They were actually there on the first day. The leader of AGOFC was actually there on the first day. Something happened and we thought it didn't look right, and we asked them to hold on. Again, we are very open. This is what many people do not know. We remain very open for everybody. SCAPO is already part of the Consultative Commission. Every group out there, every legitimate group. What I have heard from other members is that we will not continue to entertain the idea that everybody goes and create a small faction and want to belong. Everybody goes and create a small faction and comes in and want to belong. We will not promote that idea. And so if somebody is pulling away from a group to go form his own thing and then come back and be recognized, because I see a lot of selfishness among Ambazonians. They just want a situation where when they say negotiations or whatever, they too are seated on the table. Please, Ambazonians, this thing is not about positioning. I promise you guys, September, I will be out of here. And I mean it. What I'm doing here, fighting here, is not for Chris Anu. I will be out of here in September and let some new leadership take over. It is not about Chris Anu. It is not for Chris Anu. It has to be all about our liberation, the freedom of Ambazonia. People have paid with blood for it. Comrade, I see you trying to say something there.
Yeah, what I was trying to say here is this, Comrade Chris. I know before this conference in Africa, which was overdue, some other leaders have stepped on some other toes repeatedly on various occasions, and I believe, yeah, that was an occasion where maybe an apology could have been amongst yourself. It is good all of you agree and then dialogue on that. I think that was well understood amongst you, the leaders. It's a very good point. That's a very good sign, gigantic. Yeah, like you mentioned that the AGOFC was there and then moved out or asked to be moved. This is one reason we could have also explained to the public, because those who don't know might think that AGOFC is playing arrogance or AGOFC is playing some other card, which might be misleading or misinforming. So that's another one point. And the other side is, no matter what the situation is, not a single group can liberate Ambazonia. We are all Ambazonians. We are bound to work together. We are condemned to work together. Whether you like it or not, we must and we have to work together. So let's keep aside these differences, this chest beating, and then bring yourself down to the lowest. Because look, people are dying every blessed day. One person is dead, somebody is killed, a stray bullet or a company is burned somewhere. This is because of our land is still being occupied. Imagine that because you kept aside some small chest beating or high man attitude that you want to bring that could have stopped that unity. Please come together. Let's liberate our homeland. When we go back to Boya home, let's talk there. Let's try to bring everybody on board. You know, people have withdrawn themselves from contributing. Only few committed Amazonians are now still doing it. Whereas if we stand up there 1 man, 1 day, 1 month, the Republic is gone. Not to talk about now that the country, the Republic of Cameroon, is fast collapsing. Collapsing. Imagine anything happen in their own day now that there's no leadership, there's leadership vacuum. What are we going to do? Who will take the mantle to say, hey, follow me, let's go to Boya? We'll be dragging here and there. We should be prepared. Please, my plea to Ambazonian leadership, those of you who are at the forefront, keep aside your differences. Submit yourself to the people for the sake of Ambazonia. Let's liberate homeland. Not everybody would like to stay here in the diaspora. Some of us want to go back there and enjoy our Shade in our homeland. So please, that's one thing I will plead to our fellow Ambazonian. Thank you very much.
All right. So let us now delve into this subject of the shape and the structure of the consultative commission that we'll look forward to setting up. Again, the debate has been ongoing. You watched last Monday from my guest here, and I also was reading Ambazonian comments. Some people say, let's just dissolve all the groups that are presently constituted and form one large organization. Others say, no, let's keep the groups and form something like a confederation of groups with one direction and one voice. Dr. Atienjo is joining the broadcast here. I will have you first, Metro, give your opinion on that, and then I will bring in Dr. Atienjo, please.
Yeah, thank you once again, Comrade Chris, on that. Yeah, actually, to my opinion, I want to suggest that we should create departmental groups, or these leaders should form departments, and then we know who is good in what amongst all the leaders. We know that who is good in diplomacy, who is good in logistics, humanitarian, defense. We know all of these things. Are they still good in those areas? Then we allow them there, and then allow that department to be run by them, and then we empower them, and then we continue to work together, so that whether you are in Africa, whether you are in Europe, you are in USA, you should know that there is only one Department of Defense headed by this leader. There is one Department of Humanitarian headed by this leader. There will be branches square around the world. This should serve our own people generally. And this group of this idea of just say they should come under one umbrella and with the one leadership. You could call the name Ambazonian Liberation, or the name will depend on how you can form it or formulate it, the group. But for now, there should be departments. That's my opinion on that, comrade.
Yeah, to me, I don't think departments, creating departments is the problem. I think the main thing is, how about the leadership? How do you get a leader? Yeah.
Well, how do we get the leaders? The leader we can like you came in together in Ghana. The leaders can still elect a leader. As simple as that. Because it's not time where every ambassador will be on board, where we can say everybody cast a vote. If we agree with our leaders and then mandate them to come together and then form departments, they still have the right to equally elect another leader. It could be that they could decide to choose somebody who's outside the group or somebody within the group again. It's just let them elect a leader who will coordinate all these departments. And this leadership can be like rotatory or with some mandate or like term limit. As simple as that. That's my opinion.
Well, let me see. Dr. Atianjo is available to give a response here. Doc, if you can hear me, it's a pleasure to have you, sir. Your camera shakes a lot.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm driving. I want to thank you for inviting me here today, and also my comrade on the panel. Also wish to thank you for coming and your ideas. You have had shared some very laudable ideas about the unitary that took place in Africa. I would like to say something about that first before I respond to. I give my opinion about the way we can constitute a ruling council for our people, for our revolution. First of all, I really want to appreciate comrades, Comrade Chris, Comrade Akwanga, Comrade Marianta, Comrade Yerima, and Comrade Kometa for sitting down, and also our brother barrister um, from Canada, who went all the way to Ghana to sit and talk on behalf of Ambazonians in order to form a unitary front, which is going to speak volume to our people, especially when it comes to our revolution. One thing that has been going out around the corridors in the U.S., Europe, and Africa is the fact that we are acting from a very divided front, and this information should go to the naysayers who have always put it on put it on our faces that we are too divided to too divided to fight a revolution or to fight for the independence of Amazonia. No, this is a very strong message that is being sent out there to those people with that narrative to understand that we might be divided in terms of the groups, but we are not divided in terms of the ideas or opinions. If you ask Comrade Marianta, what do you want for Amazonia? She is going to say independence. If you ask Comrade Chris, what do you need? He is going to say independence. If you ask Comrade Akwanga, Comrade Kometa, Comrade McFlair, all of them are going to say that they want independence for Ambazonians, which means that we have a united goal. We are united around an opinion, which is very, very central, which is central to our revolution. Then, in terms of for constituting an organogram that can actually pilot the affairs of our revolution, I really like the idea that my comrade has presented here about forming different departments. But it is going to a lot is going on within these very different groups. We might have a common ground, which is about the independence of our people. But for people to calm down, we are in this revolution it's a learning process for all the leaders and all Ambazonians. We have never fought a war before. We have never fought for independence before. So everyone who is in here is kind of trying to help in his or her own little way to pilot the affairs of this revolution, which means that it defeats the fact that some people are already experts in certain activities like humanitarian, defense, and so forth, or communication, and so forth and so forth, and so on. So my suggestion is that if we could come together as one people under like a confederation, that is going to pilot the affairs and is going to make the final decisions when it comes to the way the revolution is actually executed. That is going to be a better way of dealing with the people of Ambazonia. You know, to me, I don't care whether you are a member of supporting Comrade Marianta, or you are supporting Comrade Yerima, or supporting Comrade Chris. All I care about is the idea. What is Comrade Chris fighting for? What is Comrade Marianta fighting for? Are we fighting for the independence of Ambazonia? Yes. If that is true, then that is a common goal that unites us, and then we can have these leaders sit in the form of a commission to guide the affairs of the revolution. Because in every revolution, what comes around, what is very important is the funding base, the base that is funding the activities, the humanitarian activities that comes with a revolution like ours. So if these leaders sit together in a confederation or in a caucus, they will be able to come up and talk to their members, and we can all come together and discuss like a town hall, like what is going to be organized, and then we raise money to actually support humanitarian endeavors or humanitarian projects that would pilot the affairs of this revolution. So my opinion that the groups can stay, but the leaders need to be united in in their goal, and then we can all come together as people of one objective or a common objective, and then we work through our leaders to make sure that we push our revolution forward. That is my opinion. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. The groups can stay, but then the leaders come together in a kind of confederation and
exactly. If I may chip in a few words on that, Comrade Chris.
As one man. With that, gentlemen, stay put in there. We're going to take a brief break out, and when we come back, I will take my second monologue on why we fight. Why we fight. Please stay put. I'll be right back.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take you to one other monologue for tonight, and that monologue is titled, Why? Why We Fight. Why Ambazonia Fight. And this monologue is coming from Moyoka, where recently the colonial mayor of the town went to the media lamenting that Supermont, everybody coming from the southern Cameroons and La République du Cameroon knows what Supermont is. Supermont is the water bottling company in Ambazonia. They supply natural spring water to the entire to both countries in their entirety. But recently, the mayor of Moyoka, from where this company is based, came out lamenting that Supermont has refused to pay taxes to Moyoka Local Government Council or local government area but they choose to pay taxes in La République du Cameroon. Listen to this mayor, and I heard him saying somewhere that the governor is coming to intervene. The governor is coming to intervene. Of course, how can the governor come to intervene when he is part of the problem? He is part of those who is eating from behind the back from the managers of that corporation. Why do you expect him to come and intervene? And do not forget, this is about the reason why Ambazonia fights. The mayor you are about to see is the mayor of Moyoka in the southern zone of Ambazonia. Going by his name, you can tell he is not even Ambazonian. He is Francophone. As mayor of the city or the town of Moyoka, I have said this here again and again and again, and I have warned you that if we do not win this war, in 5 years, the mayor of Victoria will be a Francophone. Francophones saturate that city now, we all know it. Then that of Boya will be a Francophone. That of Moyoka is a Francophone. That of Kumba will be Francophone. That of Bamenda, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be Francophones. This is what I am warning every Ambazonian listening to the sound of my voice. Can you imagine that a La République du Cameroon citizen is the mayor of Moyoka? Ladies and gentlemen, listen to him here.
The meeting will go because we don't face the primary and no problem, no idée. The CLC may do, the go for fee, don't work fine, don't collect revenue. So all end very well. That's why today they don't come finalize. The one worker so that what I mean, that's why one strike because council of the female we go superman, we storm down the door, they no work. So that maybe governor will come down and solve the matter. Yes. The meeting will go because
all right. So
we don't face the primary.
I will bring you the monologue. I will bring you that monologue, and after the monologue, I will bring back my panel to weigh in on what is happening in Moyoka, and I guess in Victoria with the Sonora, and of course CDC, the CDC also. And again, this is titled Why We Fight. They ask us, why are you fighting? They ask us, why don't you drop your guns in just dialogue? But they never ask us what we see, what we live with, and what we endure. Let me tell you once again why we fight. Because in our homeland, in our own towns, our own land is being exploited to feed the bellies of a foreign elite. We produce the wealth. They take the taxes. And then they send their soldiers to shoot at our children and our people. Take Moyoka, for instance. The mayor of Moyoka, whom you find on your screen, one Lanjuno Njungo Laze, and take note of the name. It's a Francophone name. He is Francophone. He had just revealed what many of us have known for years, but is finally being said aloud. Source du pays, as they call it in French, makers of Supermont mineral water, operate right there in Moyoka. Their trucks use our roads. Their factories pollute our air. Their labor comes from our youth. Their profits come from Ambazonian consumers. But their taxes, they don't pay a dime. They don't pay a dime to the Moyoka local government area or council. Why? Because they say they have big people in Yaoundé. Big people in Yaoundé. That right there is a disease. That is the parasite called La République du Cameroon. You see, Supermon just is only one example. They are not the first, and they won't be the last. Let's talk about Sonora, the national oil refinery. It sits squarely in Victoria, Amazonian territory. Its smoke rises above our ancestral lands. Its crude passes through our soil. But guess what? Its taxes are paid to Douala and Yaoundé. The billions it generates go into budgets and bank accounts far away from FACO. There is nothing national about Sonora for Amazonia except the national theft of Amazonian resources. And then, there is also the CDC, the Cameroon Development Corporation, which I changed it to Amazonia Development Corporation. Our plantations, our land, our people bent in the fields, working from sunrise to dusk. CDC is headquartered not in Boya, not in Victoria, not in Tico, but in Yaoundé. They treat Amazonia like a farm estate, while we remain tenants on our own land. This is why we fight. Because our land is a colony, and our people are treated as subjects, not citizens. Because exploitation is not just historical, it is ongoing, it is deliberate, and it is shameless. Because when we raise our voices against it, we are told to shut up. We are said to be Biafrans. When we rise up, they call us terrorists. When we demand justice, they send troops, soldiers to kill us. Amazonia is not poor. We are being looted. We are not underdeveloped. We are under occupation. We will no longer be silent. So the next time someone asks, why are you people fighting? Tell them about what Supermon in Moyoka, tell them about Sonora in Victoria, tell them about CDC in Bota, tell them how Amazonian gold fits Yaoundé's greed, tell them how our sweat is taxed by people we never voted for, tell them we are done being a gold mine for a van-power regime in La République du Cameroon. Amazonia wants to build. We want to grow. We want to govern ourselves, invest in our youth, and use our taxes for our own roads, for our own hospitals and our own schools. But we cannot do that under a system, a regime built to rob and silence all of us. So to the big men in La République du Cameroon's Yaoundé, hiding behind your uniforms and corruption, you are the reason this fight will not end, not until we win. This is why we fight. And until justice flows like the waters of our stolen rivers, we will not stop. And that is my monologue, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring in my guest for tonight. Comrade, you listen to me in that monologue talking about what is happening. Supermon is a well-known corporation in the southern Cameroons. It never happened before that any of their colonial officials like the mayor will step out to grumble before the media that these companies do not pay taxes within the local government area. They pay taxes in La République du Cameroon's Douala and Yaoundé. This war is going to the 9th year, and it is one, and things like this are some of the reasons we are at war. But 8 years and counting, La République du Cameroon keeps on doing just the same old things that drove us to war. Tell me the consequences of losing this war if we can't stay this fight. when in the face of situations like this, 8 years into the war?
Hey, Comrade Chris again. Thank you for that very beautiful monologue you outlined there about why we fight this war. Look, the question should not be to the leaders or those in Yaoundé. This question should be to our Amazonian citizens, our people, those who are suffering as a result of these bad practices on our homeland. You forgot to mention the Plantation. Plantation pays taxes to Douala, Toleti, CDC Bananas, Del Monte, all of them. Supermont doesn't only supply water to Douala and Yaoundé, also to France. These are the resources of Southern Cameroon and Amazonia. And then the worst thing is that our people, they know it all. They don't have benefit, they don't benefit from it. And yet, when you organize a rally against all of these people, they come and sing, hey, Dimabola, no, stop that thing, that war is this and that, is not going to lead you anywhere. And yet, our fellow citizens, they still come and gather and welcome Nalova Lyonga, Chalimbela, Moki, Mayahu, just to dance CPDM music, prepare for another election that will not even, nobody will even vote. They will declare on the president, Pobia, Almighty, Alhaji, this and that, president. Our people will continue. I don't know what is wrong with our people, Comrade Chris. I don't know when they will learn, when they will understand that they are suffering because of their ignorance. How long is it going to take them? They keep complaining they don't have money, they don't no employment, they go to school, come back and we are riding Okada in a land of plenty. Look at the divisional officer, the mayor. You didn't even mention about. I hear there's another one in Victoria called les Églises catholiques de Yaoundé, francophone Église catholique de Victoria. Something like they are annexing us completely in our kitchens. But they don't only have the way to carry the land maybe on a sled or on a tractor or what and transfer it over the Mongo. So unless our people realize that they will not stop us in the first place. Whether it's the last man standing till we free Amazonia, nobody is dropping their guns down. Let the Okala be like say they have dropped gun or fool the people. They will not fool us forever. Very soon, and someone like Ibrahim Traore will be coming to that Amazonia and then they will chase them out of that land very soon. Thank you.
Let me get to Dr. Atienjo, who is still out there driving. Give us your opinion on this before we open the phone lines, please.
Okay.
I think you are breaking up. You are breaking up. Sorry, comrade, we can't hear you. You are breaking up a lot. We can't hear you. We can see you, but we cannot hear you. All right. I think he's having issues with the audio out there. We can't hear him out there. So let's hope that Amazonians, the reason I bring you some of these monologues is so that we realize for real the reason why we are fighting and realize that if we do not win this war, we think that we have suffered in the hands of the regime in Yaoundé. No, you haven't seen anything yet. You haven't seen anything yet if we lose this war. Again, the mayors in your hometown, you will not only have DOs, colonial DOs. You have the mayors. The mayors will come from your neighboring francophone towns to come and rule in your towns. That is just what it's going to be. So I hope that we take this seriously. We are not here fighting this for ourselves. I don't dream to go back and live in Ambazonia or Southern Cameroon. If we win, I love to visit and enjoy the land because I fought for it. But I don't dream to come live there. I am doing this for posterity because at every point in time, somebody has to fight for somebody. All right? We will now.
Yes, Comrade Chris, before you open that line, just one thing I wanted to mention. I think all of us can confirm that a couple of weeks ago we saw in one village where a divisional officer was trying to impose a chief. He brought in his own chief. Somebody chose the person that he chooses because he's not even entitled to the chieftaincy. These are the things that they do in our homeland. They install their own puppet chief that they will open new layouts, so they bring in francophones to come and buy the land. What happened in Buya just a couple of few days ago, whether it was in Wonga or somewhere, there was a fight there where the youth came out to chase one family or what that was brought in a tractor or caterpillar to bulldoze the land there in Buya. So these francophones, Okala Bilai will open a new layout somewhere, send his agent to go and bring Bameleke or francophone from any side to come and buy. And he's standing there, stand by, just collecting the money. So it's a very, very bad scenario that we are seeing in our homeland there. But the sad thing is that upon liberation, good enough, the liberation movement and earlier issued a warning that the issuance of any land title throughout this war period is void, null and void. Any land sellings, any dealings is null and void. After the war, all the land belongs to the government. We will see what happens after then. Whether you are Bameleke, you are on the Bulu who take over land and do what it is, you are just laboring yourself. La Republic Cameroon will account for each item they ever destroy in our homeland. What are the taxes that they have been collecting from Sonara to what products in our homeland, they will account for. That's one more reason they are running away from negotiation. That should be made clear to the people.
I suggested in the past that I think when we take over the land, we will go back to 20 years. Those who bought land 20 years back from the day that we take over to scrutinize those land certificates. You know, I was told that if you go to Boya and Victoria, there are a whole lot of lands and hotels in Victoria and Boya owned by Okala, or what did I call it? Okalia Bilai.
Okalia Bilai.
Right.
Yeah.
I was told that
from Moliwe right down to Victoria, all those mountain hills there. Okala Bilai owns land there that he does not even know. Only land title that he has in his wallet, they are more than the certificate in the entire village where he comes from.
Right.
So these are things that he is going to be accountable for all of these things. Okay, if you can see, the Prime Minister of Barbados is suing the British government for reparation of over 800 and something billion. That the British Cameroon will pay whatever they have destroyed in Ambazonia from 1961 up to the day our land will be liberated. Good enough, everything is in record. They can escape anywhere. They will mortgage part of their land to Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia until we recover what they have taken from our land. Clean and clear, no excuses.
We need to start with our lands taken over fraudulently by Francophone officials.
Exactly my point. So anyone who is saying that this war might end, this and that, they just stop it, drop your weapons, come back, everything returns to normal. You are just deceiving yourself. The worst people that are trembling right now as the blacklegs, all these CBDM commercial agents, the enablers right now, there's not even breathing. The moment Bia covers his eye, I'm not praying him to die, I'm not God. But when you have a grandfather who's around 93 years, what are you thinking? Is he leading you to dig his grave, or is he leading you to go to the forest and tap wine? So that's one thing that when he goes down finally, hey, all of these guys, where would they go? there will be no room for asylum for them because we identify them in diaspora. And then the Republic will come after them. They're already coming after them right now as we speak. Then where would they go?
Comrade, you hold on there. Let me get to this item. I'd like you to stay put, watch this clip, and listen to what is happening to our people. They call them there internally displaced. We call them refugees. I'd like you to listen to what is happening there.
Come up from Mencho Valley. I don't know what way they pass. I come out yesterday, I did for town for make my own small business with my people them. I want come I said don't kill one of my youth. We name now Wando Dennis come. Go now for brigade the descent. I won't go take gendarme them. I want come police don't here. Don't run for go take them say because time of the first camp. They say, I go carry thy body. I go put on mortuary. I say, man, they kill man, me, I get power. But you go carry thy body away. They know they don't go now, we carry and go keep on mortuary. Well, government, I want back when I say, we should be people there for this dollar here for Sunday. We suffer plenty. Because even man, he plant the cassava, but some man will take up. Even man, they don't put the farm, we don't clear them. They go see where they clear them, they don't go talk no nothing. Time for plant them there, they go take them saying at their land. We don't run war. We sort of come back again, can't enter again for war. Government, they want it don't pass me. If you want to see my board and see when I see small kingdom, they get what this see my me with chicken. They make farm, they take them. Me so I dey for here, I be person where I dey look at them, or say problem there, they call me, I come and I talk to them here. But they are crying. They are crying. They are crying, pass me. I don't feel they cry. Government, even when I get where I take, no one help me for Tony for Douala, with the suffer plenty. I want to say, made a problem, you know, other so the other people where they go make the problem for say, may we be fine and we be happy. And all the government, and we call police, say, may they come inside the problem, may they solve them so that justice must be done. Plenty where they there for here now, they fear now for go bush because this is the one happen. They feel go now again, another one happen again. Now so we there for here, they were brought there for mortuary. We don't know place where we fit get money for take the cops, go bury them for village. Now the government where if you don't say we don't run war, we feel help we say may they make way for say we go bury or border for village because we for say we don't get money where we fit transport that cops for go village because when I see say for come here go village, another cop for go reach it carry like 1 million something because now for a route for go there. Motor they go now bike, they go for day. They carry people that for bike for go day. Where you reach for Baminda or go down for a village, road no days. Now for go right for you go to a place where you stay, it don't go be easy.
So my cry for government, I was going to say, make government a poor hand for inside this problem. This problem, it don't happen like today because formally we get a lot of torments for you with the receiver for you. But I don't know say at the end it will be so. My brother, he don't buy pantry for person. Where the tap na side we give money for the pantry. But I don't know to that happen where I say don't go for both type of bush where they don't go catch for bush killer. So I really beg say make government to put up for inside this problem.
All right. Comrade, I'm sure you listen to that. That is very pathetic.
Yes. So
what
such
people are going through in the Douala in La République du Cameroon, they pursue them in their farmlands and they kill them. That is what we were listening to there from those people, refugees from Esimbi in Douala. I've forgotten what they call the name of that particular town where they were farming. What do you make of that?
Yeah, Comrade Chris, the worst is yet to come. Each time I had the opportunity to speaking with somebody, a relative, a friend across the Mongo Deep, especially in the Douala Yaoundé area, it is time for you to start coming back home. It is time for you to start coming back home because already we have francophones. They are moving around there in the French part of the Republic. The way we have these our people, they are pointing fingers, identifying structures that belong to Ambazonians.
Right.
They are saying that when it will start, I will come and recover this. I will come and recover that. I will come and seize this. I will come and seize that. So to me, my message to all of them, I keep saying this all the time. Each time I'm trying to speak, I say, start to come closer back home. Come closer in a way that you might even walk with your feet and enter your homeland, Amazonia. Because when it blocks, they will lock all the roads. When they lock all the roads, you will not have way to go, and they are coming after you. They will see their property is not going to be enough. They will see, and they will tell you that c'est vous, les Ambazoniens, qui avez commencé le problème ici. Vous partez ailleurs. They are going to finish with you and seize whatever you have. Right now that the entire call it stampede has not yet started, they are killing some already. What happened in Bolova some 2.5 months ago?
Yeah.
Over 9 guys were killed there, our people. Their stores broken down, destroyed, and they still chase them. It's not enough. What are you waiting for? The worst is coming. Between now, coming May to before October, where you have the elections, it's going to be the worst. Live now that you still have the chance when you can live with the small things you have. Because when you break out completely, that it is now the general chaos. The government, they call it in French, la nuit de longue couteau, which means the night of the long knife is coming. When it comes in Yaoundé, when the Nordists are saying enough is enough, what happened? Some months ago, a contingent of weapons were seized coming from the north. About 6 weeks ago, more than 20 soldiers were killed in the north there. They claim it was Boko Haram. No, it wasn't Boko Haram. It was a northerners claiming that no, we are they are ready to come back. And then now we are talking about election that the regime is holding tight. Kamto 2 is sitting somewhere, they're confused. And people, I see people say they are rallying behind Kamto. Nalova Lyonga comes to Buya rally, some stupid youth stand together and say they are supporting CPDM. I don't know what these guys are drinking. Is it tramadol or is it I don't know what they are putting in that alcohol that is spinning their brain. What are these guys thinking? To be honest with you, Comrade Chris, I don't understand. That's why I keep saying it's our people. Our people that they don't seem to understand what is at stake here. They think like this war will just turn one day and then just melt and then things come back to normal. No. Till the territory of Southern Cameroon, Amazonia is liberated, nobody's letting it go. Some of us, we have scars to show. Some of us have lost siblings, relatives beyond. Though you keep staying on the fence and we are watching it that will nothing. You will die in the diaspora. Your corpse will not even go home there. Why not do your best and make sure that you have you get a home, well recognized burial home with dignity. Get your body buried in your home, so your family can be visiting your grave. Are you happy that you die in the diaspora? You have chance now. You do something. You stay somewhere. You come to a level where you see cultural groups raising more money, inviting chiefs from Africa to come and give them where they go and sit in Yaoundé.
The chiefs who do not even live in their constituencies, they live in the
who do not even live in their villages. They are living in Yaoundé, and then you maintain that the worst was another group that had to raise money that the ministry come and build a barrack in their village.
Yeah.
What a shame! What a shame to some of our people, my brother. This is sad.
Right. All right, that is well put, comrade. If you still have time, just stay put in there. Let's open the phone lines. Let's open the phone lines. If you want to call in to contribute to the show, the line is right there on your screen. But remember, before you call, before you call, make sure that you shut down the volume of your television set. Make sure you shut down the volume of your television set before you call. The line is open. So go ahead. I'd like to hear from you out there in ground zero. And for those of you asking for the link to join tonight's TPS meeting, send a message to that telephone number on your screen asking for the link, and it will be forwarded to you. You want to attend the meeting, you are under TPS or waiting an immigration response in the USA, you want to attend the meeting tonight, send a WhatsApp message on the number you have on your screen, and we will make sure that you get the information. Let's get to the phone.
Before you take that call, let me mention one thing, Comrade Chris. Before you take that call,
just hold on
yeah.
there. Let me come in here. I already have the call, and this is calling from Africa, and they don't have data. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Comrade Chris.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
At the corner from Northern Zone.
Okay, thank you for calling, sir. What is on your mind?
Yeah, I don't understand all things when I talk for day. But we mentally ever talk about the consumption of alcohol. We usually don't be the consumption of alcohol heavy the way they are saying they don't go back for their head. Now why you see they only be out, they don't understand things when you depart for the war. The consumption of alcohol, you don't the alcohol consumption it be too high. It be high time either will ban this alcohol totally. Because it again na money for phone cover. No we at the call no we produce alcohol. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I guess this guy is saying that everybody in Amba should revert to palm wine, all right? Comrade, what are you talking about that? Go ahead and make your point.
Exactly a point I read one time that one of the leaders of this group mentioned that they are banning alcohol. And people thought, how could they be banning alcohol? Is to putting people out of business. Put them out of business. You don't even know what they are putting inside this alcohol. You don't know who's consuming. Children are consuming the alcohol, and they read that it's becoming too alarming. And why should they not stop it? We have promoted the idea of drinking this palm wine for a long time today. You are only enriching the Republic of Cameroon by drinking Brazzers. They are not employing Southern Cameroon ambassador to produce this alcohol, this Brazzers. They are being brought in from Douala or from Bafoussam or from Muteng, wherever they are producing them. It is not benefiting our people. So stop that consumption of alcohol. But our youth is out of frustration, joblessness, and yet they will not realize that it is because of the occupation of their land and extortion of our resources that is causing them to be jobless. They will not reason it that way. They only say, hey, go and take one beer, go and take one beer. Whether it's tramadol or whether it's this hard drugs are taken anyhow, one cannot say. But the earlier they realize that, they have to stop it and then be wise to know their right, the better. Otherwise, they'll be the one to suffer and suffer. Like you said earlier, Comrade Chris, I and you are here. It's because of the posterity that we are fighting this war, sacrificing all our might and our resources to save our homeland. That is it. Otherwise, if we didn't care, you could fold your arms and then live your life peacefully. And then, no, it doesn't display degree of patriotism. But I have made it a duty for the past 7 years right now. I've been supporting in all forms, material, financial, and anything I could lay my hands on. Until homeland is liberated, even if I will be the last man standing, I will continue doing it. I hope that now that the leaders have come together, trying to forge a way forward, let it be solid, and then to fight this war, it completed, and then we can go home. Those our children can live happily and then enjoy their life. That's what I will say. And then coming back to the look, I want to mention one thing on this idea of the TPS conference that Zoom that they are having. You guys should be able to identify Francophones. They have been exploiting us for decades. Each time something comes up, the ambassador will fight for it, and those who will benefit, they are the Francophones.
Yeah.
I have heard Francophones calling back home, asking people from our region, tell me, dis-moi, après Baminda, il y a quelle ville encore là? Il y a proche de quoi? Because they want to submit them in their form that I come from some village in Baminda here and there, whereas just to benefit the TPS. So we should, I don't know if the US government can be able to identify who is a Francophone, who is a Southern Cameroonian, so that they can differentiate who gets the TPS or not.
That is exactly what we're trying to do with the meetings we are holding, because we need to go before the US government and let them know Francophones in this country have nothing to fear going back to their country. But Anglophones do, or Southern Cameroonians do. However, it is left between you and me to tell the US government this is who an Ambazonian or Southern Cameroonian is, and this is who a Francophone is.
You know, at one point, prior to a conference that was about to be organized in Canada, I think last year, I did come up with a draft which I would love that could have been debated at that conference, so that it be tabled and then adopted. A draft document that can warrant any government to revisit anybody's application form to see on which ground they applied, because people have applied and gained residence from this liberation fight of Southern Cameroon. And today they sit across the fence and hold their arms and say that nothing. They don't contribute, whereas the war is still ongoing, people are being killed. And tomorrow, when the country is liberated, we go back home, they will be the one to come and challenge you during a contest for a position like an electoral, maybe mayor or a district or this and that. So we should be able to come up with something that can identify people and oblige them to contribute for this liberation fight, Comrade Chris. We don't want a situation where tomorrow will turn like part of South Sudan, where they were fighting against each other after having gained their independence. And this is likely to happen because imagine you will sit there and see somebody who was watching you and saying, hey, Comrade Chris, that one I think.
Yeah,
and then tomorrow...
hold on there, comrade. I will get back to you. Let's get to this caller and then we'll get back to you. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Wonderful. And what is on your mind?
What is my mind is that I kindly please you people, because I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Wonderful. And what is on your mind?
Please turn down the volume of your television set and focus on the phone.
I'm saying that what is really in my mind is that you people should really come together in a which way, because what I'm seeing, what we are seeing here in the ground is what we call divide and rule. Because I really want to see you to ABC, discuss this matter. I really want to see you to LCN, discuss this matter. From then, those are those leaders that all people in the world they are seeing, and we can really be sure that you people are together. If you people are showing some other leaders that they are not having leaders in the ground, that many people do not even know about them. At least that one cannot show anything. It's just like divide and rule, as I said. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the call. All right, the line is still open. Go ahead and call. I have about 7 minutes to the end of the show, so go ahead and call. Comrade, to the point you were making about these Ambazonian immigrants in the U.S. supporting the struggle, I will come back to that. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Nigeria.
From Nigeria. Okay. Can you raise your voice a bit, please? It's quite low.
All right. My name is Brandon. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay. And what is on your mind?
I will start first with the TPS.
Okay.
Like looking at the current state of the United States now, since President Donald Trump took over, you realize that he's focused more on business. Like he's a businessman. Look at Congo. Before he took over, he was talking about deporting people from Congo and more. But ever since he took over and they signed the mineral deals in Congo, he has changed his mind. So like there's nothing like stopping the TPS for Congolese, but for Cameroonians, he has stopped it, specifically Anglophones. So my proposal is, why don't you guys sit down, since we have resources? Because we can talk about bauxite, we talk about black gold, that's oil. So you discuss with the American government, like you propose to them that after this liberation movement, we can have a deal, like they will exploit. In fact, I don't know, you understand what I'm talking about, right?
I get the point you are making. Thank you for that. It's a great point. Unfortunately, those are not the things that we discuss on television, but I get your point. Thank you for the call.
No,
Yes.
if I can answer him a bit, comrade, please.
Go ahead and call. I have a few minutes to go.
Yeah.
To your point, comrade, about Amazonian, Southern Cameroonian migrants in the U.S., in the diaspora in general, not supporting the struggle. You know, as I said during the show, I have had people calling me from South America, deported from the U.S., pleading for help. I simply tell them there's nothing we can do. We did not know they were here. We did not know their presence because they were here. They never supported this struggle. Now they're in trouble. They want us. Hold on there. Hello. 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 I think this must be a bad network. This must be a bad network. So these people were here in the country. They are still here in their thousands. Not a dime from their pocket went out to support this struggle. I was told that 29 Southern Cameroonians are either in Panama or somewhere in South America deported recently. And they are calling from there, asking for what we can do to help them. And I'm wondering, when they were in the country, their presence wasn't felt, not in this struggle. But now they are in danger, they're calling for us to help. Now, this message goes to those who are still in the country and they need help. Don't call us only when you are in trouble. We need to know your presence in the country through your contributions. Let me get back to the phones. Hello. Hello? You got a bad connection, sir. I think Dr. Atienjo is still there. Let me bring him into this to contribute to this. But hold on there, sir. Let me see. Hello? I don't know why the connections are so bad, especially calling from Africa. This is another bad connection. All right. Unfortunately, the connection is not good. Dr. Atienjo, come on, sir. You still have a very bad connection. We cannot hear you. You are breaking a lot. We can't hear you at all. Okay. Hello. Hello. Well, this is another bad connection for the calls. All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I see so many people are asking for the TPS meeting link for tonight. You need the link. You need the link. Use the number on your screen to send a message to us asking for the link to the meeting tonight. So again, send us a WhatsApp message using the phone number on your screen demanding a link for the meeting tonight, and you will get one. You will get one when you do. The meeting is open only for those who are under TPS or under asylum, and they are still in the process of being legalized to live in the USA. All right, comrade, I will give you the 1 minute to round up, and we'll call it a night here.
Yeah, thank you finally, Comrade Chris, for this beautiful session that we have this evening. I will say to those my fellow Amazonians who are in the US running out of time with the TPS, they should stay on board. They should also understand that the TPS was an act of Congress. Sometimes you should not compare that with the one of Congo. Congo can be out of some. Congo's decision should be out of maybe consideration based upon what the government can gain from it. But by rights, Southern Cameroonian and Amazonian have right to that TPS. It was passed because of them. And you guys who are there, you should be very vigilant. Who is standing next to you applying for this TPS? Is he or she a Southern Cameroonian Amazonian? Francophones, Cameroonese are always there in their numbers. Seizing your opportunity, seizing your chance. So please, don't allow them continue to be abusing you, even right outside. Because I hear my people tell me they are calling and asking them to give them name of villages and quarters in the country where they can fill in their form. So they should assist. We should stop that. They don't deserve it. And last point here, Comrade Chris, please, if you are sitting on the fence thinking that this war will just play like this and disappear and things come back to normal, you are deceiving yourself. We have 2 Amazonians right now languishing in Kondengi who just traveled to Cameroon, to Africa in short, and they were arrested, they were picked up. Whether they are Amazonian or whether they are supporting the cause or not, they see them as Amazonian fighters. You are an enemy. So don't think that you are exempted because you are sitting on the fence out here in the diaspora. The earlier you realize that you have to contribute and let's join this fight and finish it, and we go home with dignity, the best for all of us. So stop saying that when I think, you are still part of it. Thank you, Comrade Chris.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being part of the show tonight. Before I go, I just like to remind everyone out there that we are putting together a major rally in front of the State Department on May 20th. May 20th, and we are looking forward to Amazonians from New York to New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia to converge at the State Department on May 20th so that we can prevail on the consciences of American officials to stop the deportation of Southern Cameroonians, Amazonians. Please, let's do that and send a strong message to La République du Cameroon. We all will fight to the last man standing. And remember the meeting tonight, the TPS meeting tonight. If you know anybody out there who is a Southern Cameroonian, please send the number on the screen to them to demand a link to attend the meeting tonight. We held the first one. This will be the second one. And after this, There will be no other meeting. We are proceeding with a certain action that we are taking here at the interim government through our connections in Washington, D.C. to see if we can help our people. There is no guarantee we are going to stop it, but at least it doesn't hurt to try. And that is exactly what we are out to do. Thank you for being part of the broadcast tonight. I look forward to being back here on Friday. So please, again, I look forward to being back here on Friday. You have a great night, all of you out there.
C'est ce que je savais, what I was. Et tu remets un mot. I don't know. Then it's smart. Mon king fenge. Usari maribo. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. What's the cool? Just a bit what I was. That concept grand ago. Mukuba, Matera, Mechi, Away, Peter, Eno, Ancien Treva, Wangano, Murukwa, Aquaticaba, and young Atem, Wangano, Aquaticaba, Aremone, Wangano, Tonkan Batam, Aquaticaba, and Tigan Suadi, Wangano, Muruba, sende